have an amazing Friday, everyone, each one of you. Thank you very much for connecting. And yes, envy is a feeling of inferiority. Yes, and I was very surprised to hear that in one discussion that we had about one of the books, and it was because I hadn't heard it that way. I always heard it something like envy is fear. Envy is I don't know, like you're not enough. I mean, stuff like that, but not like a feeling of inferiority. And I liked the way that it was posted that way, so I want to share that with you. But with that, I want to say hi to everyone that is connecting. Of course, Lily, how you doing? Now you're here in the English version. Thank you. Yes, and I see several people sometimes connecting from the United States and from different parts of the world. Thank you very much for connecting. And well, once everyone is connecting, I'll say I give a shout out or something like this. But let me get started, because then it's gonna take a long time. So I want to tell you a story. You know, I mean, of course, I like stories, and this is a better way to actually make this a little more graphic. Let's say, so legend has it that a snake started to pursue a firefly. Yes, and without any strength, the firefly stopped and said to the reptile, "Can I ask you 3 questions?" He says, I don't give the privilege to anyone, but as I'm gonna devour you, you can ask, said the snake. "Did I do you any harm?" said the firefly. He says, "No," answered the reptile. Am I part of your food chain?" And said, "No." Again, the snake responded. "Then why do you want to end with me? You know, why do you want to end my life?" The snake says, "Because I cannot stand to see you shine." Yeah. And that's the fact. That's what happens whenever we are feeling envious, or when someone else has that feeling towards you. You know, that just happens, you know. And here it's not about what other people feel about you, or whatever you're doing, or how you look, or anything like that. The results you've been having, it doesn't really matter. What matters over here is how you feel. You know, I mean, I think it's not that good. I mean, I think it's not that positive that you have any feeling of envy at some point, you know, because envy just makes you feel bad, and it tells you, hey, you know, I feel that I should be higher than this. You know, that's the whole thing about feeling inferior. You know, and thank you very much. Hey, George, how you doing? Abraham, also. Joel, how you doing? Also, thank you for stopping by. And what I'm saying here is that sometimes what happens is that maybe you have a perception of what I'm doing, or what I deserve. I mean, my current state of affairs is not the way that I really want it. So that's just what happens, you know. So and it's like what I was mentioning also in the other live video about Oprah Winfrey, right? That one of the things that whenever they asked her, like, okay, so how did you do it? There were so many shows on TV. How did you manage to be one of the most amazing and one of the best shows, or most successful ones out there? And she said, you know, I just told my staff, don't watch any of the other shows. Just let's focus on what we're doing. And that's one of the main things, you know. It's like if you're focusing specifically into what you're doing, you know, into what your goal is, into like walking step by step into what you're doing, then it becomes a little easier not to feel envy for anyone else, you know. In the end, the rest are the ones that are going to be talking about you, but you're not talking about anyone else. So that's a very good thing, yeah. So Abraham, how you doing, man? And but of course, as usual, I have 3 aspects that you can actually, or 3 different tips about how not to feel envious, or whenever you feel it, how to get rid of it. So just in case, I mean, let's just pay attention to this. Like how to avoid it. It's actually number 1 is stop judging yourself so harshly. When you're envious of someone else, it often stems from feelings of personal inadequacy, and that's totally right. I mean, there's no use on you standing in front of the mirror and saying, oh, I'm too ugly, I'm too fat, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too skinny, I'm too whatever. You know, it's not gonna fix anything, yeah? and we react the same way towards everything else, you know, towards our job, towards the relationships we have in our family, towards our friends, towards anything that is not the way that we would like it to be, you know. So it's very important to just stop that, because it's only going to pile up negative energy towards your life, and you don't want that at all, you know, because every time that you just put more negative energy in your life, I mean, you're stopping. It's like stopping everything that you're doing. I mean, you stop your momentum, you deviate from your goal. I mean, it's like, no, just don't do it, you know. I mean, it's just useless completely, and you choose to do that. You just choose either negative or positive energy. And number 2 is forgive the person you envy and yourself. That was very interesting. I mean, to forgive is it's one of the first things that is mentioned anywhere, you know. Even in AA, they say that. I mean, it comes in the Bible, it comes everywhere, you know. I mean, first you have to forgive in order to be forgiven and in order to continue on in life. So that's a very interesting one. So how are you going to forgive the person? Why should you forgive the person? Well, first of all, it's like if you don't forgive yourself, first of all, if you don't forgive yourself for every single bad decision that you've been making that has made you the person that you're right now, then you're not going to be able to say, okay, like, let's just get started like from zero from this moment on, you know. Because then you're going to say, okay, let's get started from 37 instead of from 0, you know. So to start from 0, you have to forgive. That's important. Number 3, turn your envy into appreciation. And that's a very simple one, yeah. Because sometimes we say, oh, you know, this guy, he looks amazing, you know, or, oh, he bought the car of my dreams. And you have that feeling at that moment. And like, instead of saying, he bought the car of my dreams, oh, damn him, you're going to say, okay, he bought the car of my dreams. How did he do it? You know, let's talk to him. Let's see, how did he do it? Is there a way that I can do it as well? You know, can he teach me or something like this? You know, I mean, when you change that focus, then it's when you can actually get it. I mean, to give you an example, I mean, in the industry that I'm in, there were some people that were just like, I just met some people that are amazing about it. I'm like, wow, I just want whatever results they have at this moment. What did I do? I sent them a message. And right now they're mentoring me. So it's like, that's totally amazing, you know. But if I just stayed like, oh yes, they have better results than I. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't have helped me at all, you know. And right now I'm on the right path and on my team as well. So it's great, right? And of course, as always, like an extra one, I'm gonna give you a 4th one. It says, use your envy to generate a goal. And I loved that one, you know, because it makes you just turn things into a different way, into a different, I mean, it's a totally different perspective. When you are into the, okay, he looks amazing, it's like, okay, now that's going to be my goal. I want to look like that, you know, I want to be just like that. And then you can set different steps towards like every day going closer into that goal. And then it turns you into a different person. Because let's remember, the way that you are right now, either you like it or you don't, it's because of several decisions that you took in the past and activities that you've been doing over and over and over and over. So in the future, you want to be different, follow the same path, you know, make better decisions, and yeah, just repeat that over and over and over and over and over. You know, it's just very simple, you know, but sometimes we just complicate it. Why? Because we're humans and we love to complicate things, you know, so let's not do it that way. I hope that you're having an amazing day. I hope that this information helps you guys. Thank you very much for connecting. Xochitl, how you doing? Jose Manuel, Victoria, also, how you doing? Eleuterio, also, hello. And I hope you have an amazing Friday. As usual, super cool energy for you guys. And I'll see you here tomorrow, okay? Let's stay in touch.